Longtime guitarist for Kansas, Rich Williams talks about the fact that he's more proud of the band than he is of himself. Our conversation with the classic guitarist on Rock History Music.
I'm going to ask you the doctor's office question, which is not what you think, which is if you're at a doctor's office, a guy turns to you and says, "What do you do for a living?" Do you go there? Because the second you say I'm a musician, they're going to ask you, "What have you done?" And then Kansas is not a chapter. Kansas is a book. So what do you do if someone asks you what you do for a living?
Well, I will get in conversation, but usually there's you look familiar. Okay, I could do the long dance or the slow dance. And usually my wife will get frustrated. We'll just say, "Have you ever heard of the band Kansas?" "Well, he's the original guitar player." It just cuts to the chase. Because inevitably,
I like her.
inevitably, it's going to get there. And I understand it. I'm used to my life. I know the stories. I've lived them all. It's not that fascinating to me, especially in repeating them hundreds of times. But when I meet people that, they own a little shop or they're just retired as a lawyer or all these things, my life is unlike anything they've ever imagined life to be. And they are fascinated. They want to know all about it. Kind of avoid. We've become very private in my sobriety, and we live up in the mountains where there's nobody around, and it's very peaceful. We have some friends, but every time we go out, it's so weird. Yeah, up in the North Carolina mountains, and almost every day we'll go out and somebody said, "Aren't you?" And it's like I'm more famous up here than I was in Topeka. And I don't understand why. We have construction going on now. All the workers here tell me all these stories about the shows they went to. So Hollywood, Florida, when I was living there, and it's just very strange to me because I don't think of us or myself in the way of fame at all. We have a very workmanship work ethic that fame isn't really measured in that from our standpoint. John Elefante said something once. He was doing an interview. This was post Kansas. And the interviewer was asking him, well, tell us about what it was like being in Kansas. And it was the most interesting thing in a perspective I'd never heard of before. He goes, "I'll tell you what." He says, "The whole time I was in Kansas, those guys never had a clue how big they were. And every time I tell that, I realize that I still don't."
Yeah.
I don't contemplate it. I don't feel it. It's not like, that's right, Richard Williams is in town. They part the ways because I'm coming through. I've never really considered that as a part of me. It's weird, but I guess it's true. And the only way I can personally deal with that, if it's a reality, is I am not at all in awe of myself or anything I've done. I'm just not. I know me well enough that that would be stupid. But I am in awe of what we have done.
Yeah,
I'm very proud of us and all the guys along the way, from crew to all the band guys, management teams, everybody, what we've all done over 50 years. That I am in awe of. Myself, not so much.
We'll have more from Rich Williams coming up in the next few days. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. Remember, you can help our channel. There are links in the description. Join our Patreon. Check out our podcast. There's all the information in the description. And, of course, all the latest from Kansas right there for you as well. This is Rock History Music. Take care of yourself.